Hey guys, and welcome to the final part of the Sonic and the Black Knight playthrough.
What? Already?
Yeah, this game's really short.
So it's not so much a storybook, but a story pamphlet.
Yeah, pretty much. A story chapter.
Uh,
Anyway, last of the shining locations, the Dragon Lair. This will probably be another music piece you might recognize from the Comic-Con video. Where I played this music piece for day 2.
yeah.
I bet you again, like Lee said about the child trailer, you were probably watching that video thinking, where's that music from?
Yeah, like we thought it does sound like Sonic songs, but we just didn't know.
Well, because you know me, I'm the Sonic geek. I like good game or bad game, the music is always a strong point for me.
Yeah.
Not so much Chronicles though.
Yeah. Yeah, the day when a Sonic game has bad music in it is the day the world must end.
Then that also goes for Sonic 4 Episode 2 with Oil Desert Act 2 with its Disco Duck.
Disco Ducks.
It's weird, it's sad when a fan takes that really, really shitty music piece and makes it even better.
Yeah.
It's good for the fan, like who went out of his way to make it even better. That's great, but it's sad for Sega and Sonic Team that they couldn't have the time and effort to do that.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, we're going to go into the Dragon's Lair, and get this, we actually have someone defending that point of the shining light that we have to shine up, and it's a dragon. So yes, we do actually fight a dragon this time.
Yeah. A dragon in a dragon's lair?
You don't say. Now, you have to be quick on this electric dragon here. This is a dragon. But you have to be quick because the path is going to disappear behind you. You would think that with Merlina taking over, they would have been brand new enemies, but nah. I guess the Sega were a little bit low on budget that day.
Yeah, that they're trying to say that she's the source of them.
Or maybe she just did the Ganondorf approach and hijacked the enemies from Arthur.
Just thought, I can use you. Go.
I use the burst speed here just to keep up the pace, because again they're going to throw enemies in your way, and it's much faster than running on foot, because again the path will disappear behind you. I don't know how I didn't get hit there, but I'll take it. Now, you can actually skip that by doing the drop dash, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Watch out for these bridges, by the way, because if I recall, some people have a really, really hard time with these bridges, because see the enemies with the shields, they bounce you back, trying to get you into that bottomless pit, and it happens so fast it gets really annoying. But your best pal here is the Soul Surge. Like, see when the move does that, that's really good. Like, here we go, that was gonna do its shit now. See, it's pushing me back now. That's the only attack those guys do with the axes, they just spin. They do a ballet, hoping that it will hit me.
So, we only have one move, but by God, we're going to do it well. Then Sonic goes like, oh, fuck.
No, Sonic, we've learned since the start that the home attack is useless. Except for these legacy missions you can get. I'm not sure if you came across them, Colin.
What is that, sorry?
Later on in the post-game content, you can unlock these legacy missions, which I think there's one in every area, where basically it plays like a traditional Sonic game where there's rings you collect, and the enemies you got are the egg pawns from the Sonic heroes that fly. They don't get defeated by the sword. They can only be defeated by a homing attack, and the end goal is the giant gold ring.
So your end game reward is a classic Sonic game.
Yes. We got Dragon's Fine, Violet Flowers, Steel Gauntlet.
Did you get an emerald there by any chance?
Yeah, I'm sure that was an emerald. Knuckles is not going to be happy.
It's like, it better not be the Master Emerald.
It's like he looks at the Master Emerald, he thinks it's all shiny and sparkly, but it's like, I'm sure it's sparkling. I don't see any tiny chip. Oh no!
Yeah, just like spends all the time polishing it, shining it.
He feels a scratch.
And then here's Chris around the back. Huge gash.
Like that Sonic Shorts where he lost it to a game of cards and he smashed it, and then the radar goes.
Or the bit where he goes out of his way to try and carries her across deserts and over mountains, only to lead it right to Eggman. He's just like,
All that effort and he just like loses it anyway. Oh fuck's sake!
Colin, that's twice now.
My phone's getting chucked over there. There we go.
You better hope that's not cracked.
Oh, sorry, it did cracked.
Anyway, here's the dragon. Yeah, the dragon is pissed off that you dropped your phone. That's why it's attacking me. Thanks, Colin. This is all your fault.
Nah, it was already programmed into the game anyway.
Lies. Excuses.
I don't know if you've ever seen the video of Game Grumps playing this game, and they like proper rage quitted when they got to this part of the game because they couldn't get past it.
Oh, I think Game Grumps are going on a legend saying they hate the Hedgehog and they hate the series anyway.
Yeah.
And was it Sega invited them to Japan?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, see when it does that, that's awesome. Wait, you know what? Oh, it can't be as bad as when Game Grumps did Sonic 06 and then it was White Acropolis and then there's when they went backwards on the snowboard it was faster. Physics, what are those?
physics, bitch, I'm a hedgehog.
I defy physics every day. Oh, this last phase is a pain of the dragon. There's two ways you can defeat this dragon actually. You can either go up and cut off the horn, or you see those towers in the distance there, you can actually knock one of them off and it causes a domino effect on the towers. I wish it went down like a hammer and nail though. Clonk, 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 clonk. Again, music is really good with the full orchestra here.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll throw you back, but you can go after the tower if you want. But I imagine the reason Game Grumps rage quit was because of the amount of enemies.
The amount of enemies and like they kept getting thrown back.
Did you know rage quit when you got to here, Colin?
Hmm?
Did you know rage quit when you got here?
Oh, yeah, this boss was really hard for me as well. It's funny because like this took me numerous tries to try beat him, but for the final boss, beat it in my first try.
So the dragon's the true final boss.
Yeah, at least to me.
Oh, you're total squire, you. We've got a new movie which we're immediately going to see. Is this book going to be another? Oh, the Tome of Rings. Even the rings get a special treatment here.
One of the names, burnt bread.
Who wants burnt bread?
The ducks.
I think that text is in Japanese actually. On the stone there. I guarantee that's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
Yep. Because you never prepared for such a thing. Who would have thought one of us would betray us? Never.
Now's the time. Indeed. Here we go.
Hot dog sale. Right, on to the last area of the game, the Dark Hollow, which only has one mission, folks. Your final boss.
And that's it.
And that's it. Yeah. There's a lot of, as you can tell by the map, there's a lot of post-game stuff you can do, but nah, we're not doing
that here.
Whoa, Melina, you're sporting a new look. She's now known as the Dark Queen now.
Just one question before we settle this. Why'd you do it? Weren't we trying to save this kingdom from the underworld?
This kingdom will fail one way or another. Such is its fate.
Notice here that Melissa Hutchison gives the character a little deeper tone in terms of voice. She sounds a lot different compared to what we heard in the beginning of the game. Because of the darkness of the scar she took.
Lancelot and Gawain's rift shall doom the Round Table. Arthur is struck down by his son Mordred and departs for Avalon. This was to be our ideal world, but it will not last. King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table will end in ruin. The King Arthur my grandfather Merlin created led to nothing but mistakes. But I can succeed with the power of the scabbard, creating a kingdom that never ends.
I mean, it's natural to have one fear the inevitable end, but you're gonna risk humanity to not make that not happen. Would you?
What good is a world that goes on
So everything needs to end eventually.
My soul at its ruin runs deeper than the
I know that's sad and all. I know one we would want to live forever, but we just want to live forever, like over 100 years old.
Nah.
Uh,
Well, sorry, just answer your question.
Your efforts are futile.
unless you have a world where you're given the fountain of youth constantly, where you don't age at a certain, where you get to a certain age and you don't age after that. And this is probably the toughest fight that Sonic's ever done in his life. I mean, you can see he's bruised and all that. Oh, how original! Your evil spirit is the evil Black Knight, right?
Knight must always be on his guard.
Oh no!
well, that's not good.
I'll give Sonic this, even though he's getting his arse beaten, he's trying. You know, he's not giving up or anything like that. Eggman wishes he can do this.
Yeah.
No
Then
wonder.
she also doesn't have to deal with the Chaos Emerald and Supersonic.
No wonder he's not even a cameo here. Part of me wishes I could see this in like the 3D animation and all that. I mean, but the storybook set in here is really good because again the color palette and all that, and you can see all the detail and all that.
Sir Sonic,
Compared to Secret Range, which is kind of like a painting.
Yeah.
No, Sonic. There is no point in continuing.
What's this shadow actually standing up for Sonic?
Please.
Well, the next time we would do it, he says your favourite line in the whole franchise, Andrew.
You've got this, Sonic. But then again, that was Kirk Thornton's first portrayal of the character. This is another great Sonic moment for me. This part coming up right here, which defines him as a character.
It was never about chivalry for me. I just gotta do what I've gotta do. That's all. Sonic!
And the theme that's playing now is It Doesn't Matter from Sonic Adventure 1. That got me pumping the first time I heard that.
last light of the sacred sword. Quick, your swords.
Of course, we gotta have a super form.
Yeah.
And because we don't have the emeralds, our secret source of light, sunlight, from the magical swords.
There we go, a sneeze.
And now we have Excalibur Sonic, which, what's your personal opinion on this, lads?
I thought it looked kind of cool at first, but it does kind of look a bit ridiculous now, I think.
So you're stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Sean?
Quite a lot of gold.
But then again, would you really count this as a super form or a suit of armor?
More of a suit of armour.
And I don't get what's with the cape on his tail, though. Anyway, final boss, the Dark Queen.
You would not understand, nor could you understand. That's why I must do what I must do.
It's that eye from Lord of the Rings. I knew it! On this theme that plays right here with me. Fantastic. It's really good. Like, it gets you in that fighting mood and all that.
Yeah.
Right, first part here, you're supposed to dodge those, but you can actually constantly swipe and get rid of the glass that's protecting you. And then just basically count at the right time, build up your gauge, and then soul search and slash away. Where you, again, like Secret Range, you look like an idiot fighting this boss. And I think I do this actually, I intentionally go like that to make the song play a bit longer, to let you hear the absolute gem of this music. But that's all the Dark Queen does. She fires projectiles and then she occasionally swings and all that.
I'm gonna wait for a chance to
What's your opinion on, in terms of final boss themes, Colin, for the entire series about this theme?
Yeah, this theme's really good.
Is that all you have to say?
Yep.
Short and to the point.
It's good.
Ask a simple question, get a simple answer.
Yeah.
What about you?
It is good.
What about you, Sean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It does get you in the kind of a fighting mood. Like, you know, this is it.
Now you can see there I did manage to get a few perfect hits. Now it's very it's not as easy as the last King Arthur fight, but if you can, it is possible to defeat this queen in just the first phase with the perfect swings, because she doesn't force you back. But when she's turned red here, she's on her last phase. She's in her pinch mode, so to speak.
Aye. Basically, why won't you die?
Yeah.
So,
Keep in mind what I'm slashing for. I'm going like fucking mad, man.
Wait for your chance to counter while your soul gauge goes up.
I know, Excalibur, and it's like I've done this before. Plus, the Z and A buttons are basically to dodge to the left and right. And that's it.
Another very quick boss.
yeah.
And I think that was unintentional for me to put the music at that point, how it ends and all that.
Instead of a thumbs up, it's a middle finger.
So one hit, I got hit once, so that's 3 stars. Oh well. It's not like I'm going to do this boss ever again.
You never know. There might come a time where like you'll just be kind of bored, and you're like, you know what? I really feel like playing that final boss in Sonic and the Black Knight.
That's like the same capacity saying, I really want to play Sonic 06, said nobody ever.
Aye.
Oh, we got an ice brooch. That not belong to Nora Freeze. And the world just goes back to normal. It doesn't show you a transition of how it goes back.
The castle's kind of fucked though.
They'll have to rebuild it.
Every world has its end. I know that's kind of sad, but that's why we gotta live life to the fullest in the time we have.
I mean, that is a good lesson, but hearing it in the Sonic game, I don't know how I feel about that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the violin.
Aye.
Thanks to you guys.
You can say that again.
What did you do? You only gave me your swords. That's all you did.
That allowed him the transformation and let him win, so.
You're my insurance. That's what it is.
What foolishness is this?
I'll say. What are you saying then?
Duh. Sword. Magic. I'm the real Excalibur, after all.
Yeah.
I am the one who decides who is worthy of the crown.
So, King Arthur is no longer a name, but a rank.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What?
Bollocks!
I call bullshit.
Then again, didn't we already establish in the beginning of the Storybook series that Sonic fucks with mythology?
Aye.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that was Sonic and the Black Knight, folks.
Right.
Final thoughts?
Underwhelming.
Aye. An improvement over Secret Rings, but still, you can see why the Storybook series didn't go any further.
Aye, definitely. This is probably not one of my favourite games, but like you said, it was much better than how Secret Rings handled the motion controls. I mean, the motion controls was just down to the sword, because it just had to have a motion gimmick. But it still has its problems with, again, with some of the aspects of the enemies, particular missions that can go fuck themselves. And the story was okay. The story was okay, even though it was based on Arthurian legends and it kind of took a few steps in there. I'm like, no. And the villain, King Arthur, was just there.
Yeah.
Aye.
The true boss was Melina. I'll give the voice actors' performances though, especially Jason Griffiths. He sounded here, he got it just right.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad that he's gone.
I know. Like he done his absolute best here, and now, like that was done.
in the
Yeah.
next one.
And this theme that plays right here is probably my favourite Crush voice on the entire series, Live Life. Because they don't go with the whole hard rock, they go for a more smooth and low, slow pace theme and add violence into it, and I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Right, and that's it for the storybook series. Very short.
Yeah.
Do you think they would have gone ahead with it if it actually put more effort into both games and actually made them fun?
I think they probably would have.
So what ones would they do next, do you think?
Oh, wasn't there a rumour, I think you mentioned once, that the next one was going to be based on Greek mythology?
It was like Greek mythology or like Wild West or something like that.
And then what was it? What,
Sonic tackling Greek mythology and Kratos shows up.
No, what if Eggman, they brought Eggman back and he used to play Zeus?
Oh my god!
Knock Shadow's Hades. Amy is Aphrodite. Oh god.
Knuckles is Hercules.
That would make him Eggman's son.
I don't know what else. I don't know how they would handle the Wild West though. Knuckles is the tough guy in the city.
Yeah. And of course with the Wild West, have to bring guns into it somehow.
Yeah.
It's like Shadow the Hedgehog told us no.
I think like Sonic would have to like play the role of a sheriff or something like that.
Probably.
And Amy would probably be one of the barmaids at the local town.
Yeah.
Or, what would Tails be?
Did they have blacksmiths back then, or someone that would make weapons and all that in the Wild West? I'm not too familiar with it.
Probably
A gun manufacturer.
gunsmith. Aye.
Blackjack host.
Yeah. Sorry. Gamble, kids.
And do you know what? If they would made it into today's standards, they would implement some sort of bullshit microtransactions like slot machines and all that, just like the FIFA games.
Oh god. Yeah. And what was it? GTA that actually introduced an actual digital casino into it.
Yes, and of course EA tries to defend that by saying they're surprise packages.
Yeah. I thought just Angry Joe's one was like, where he's going to go on Twitter, it's like, you know, if they're surprise mechanics, then it's like, here's what we're renaming everything else.
Right, that's it for the storybook series. Now, first of all, I would like to thank Colin for taking us on this journey of the Not Steven Chronicles.
Yeah, I'll take that payment check now.
Aye, 1 pence. There you go.
Oh, thanks very much.
I was going to say, hands over a check. You go away thinking, it's like, yeah, it's great, I made some money. Check bounces.
You promised me Republic credits.
They're not good enough, don't you know? Right. So, as for the next game, we'll have to wait and see, because it depends if Steven is fit enough to come back. The lazy bastard.
Emily just said this like, what?
So with that, I am Andrew.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Colin, aka Wattle. Republic credits.
We are Cal Gaming. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day and night, and happy gaming.
So yeah, that's what happened. To think I was called in to be part of the tale of King Arthur. But I gotta tell you, it was no picnic.
Aren't you forgetting something?
What? All the action? All the excitement down to the wire? But man, would have thought I was the real King Arthur. Huh.
That's the lamest excuse ever! You just forgot about our date!
No, it's true, I tell ya! Yikes! No! Amy, wait! Put down that hammer!